Berks and Bucks for your patience, inspiration, your collaboration, all those things you've placed on football in the community during this time, and you've made our lives easier over the last few months working with us on a limited staffing structure. So thank you very much for that. We look forward to a positive season ahead. We look forward to seeing you all back on the pitch very soon, fingers crossed. I'm going to hand back to Steph. I think I've done my 2.5 minutes. I thank you in advance for the work that Steph has been putting into putting this evening together, ably assisted by Rich. We hope to keep the evening to an hour, but please help us celebrate the collective achievements of the community of football in Berks and Bucks, and I hope you enjoy the evening. And over to you, Steph.
Brilliant, thank you, Liz. I think now, and I was ably told there by my able assistant in the break that my video was not on, so I think now it's back, so hopefully everybody can see me. And I think we'll crack on from here. So it's fantastic that you're all here tonight, and we're hoping that this will just be, like I said before, a celebration of the season that's been, despite how it's ended and the situation that we still find ourselves in, which, as Liz says, is unprecedented. So I want to start by just giving a little bit of an introduction to the FA and McDonald's Grassroots Football Awards. Now, some of you on the call I know have been to our awards evenings before, so you'll all also know that the preferred position at the awards evening is usually at the back of the room, using semaphore, all sorts of hand signals and gestures and all sorts to run through the proceedings, but definitely from out of the spotlight. So just go easy on me a little bit, and I'll try my best to steer us through the proceedings this evening. So the FA and McDonald's Grassroots Awards come from a partnership with McDonald's and the FA, who have worked together for over 18 years now to promote high standards in the national game. And in that time, enormous strides have been made in the grassroots game throughout the country. And as part of this partnership, McDonald's are proud to support the FA Grassroots Football Awards, which help recognise and celebrate the commitment and dedication of clubs like you, coaches, volunteers like you, across the country, who are committed to providing more opportunities for people to enjoy football each and every week, which is what we're all here for. We all love this game, we all love this sport, and we want to see it thrive. So we're delighted this year. We all have had very good success at these awards in the last few years, and we're delighted again to announce that we've received a fantastic number of nominations, totaling more than 140, which is a remarkable achievement in itself any other time or any other year, but especially so given the circumstances, as we say. So I want to just thank you all for that. Not only does this highlight the fantastic work that's being done and delivered locally in Berkshire and Buckinghamshire and in South Oxfordshire and the Vale, but it reflects the exemplary standard of football within this county. There are so many tremendous examples of volunteering, dedication and commitment to the game locally, more than we could possibly recognise in just one evening alone, let alone 1 hour. But we're delighted to have the privilege tonight to be able to hear just a few of those truly inspirational tales, and I can tell you there's definitely some in here tonight, so we're in for a treat. I think at this point, it's where I'd just like to say as well that I'd like to thank the efforts of our judging panel, who, along with me at this year's process, had what was an incredibly difficult decision to make. There were a lot of extremely good nominations. The situation that we found ourselves doing it in, it was a virtual panel. It took a lot longer. There was a lot more fiddly sort of bits to do through picking the winners as well. So we're all in all quite a mammoth task. So I'd just like to thank them as well for their time and their efforts this year. So that's to the rest of our panel. That's our chairman, David Grainge, our non-executive director for inclusion, Paul Bibra, our BBFA council member and secretary of the North Bucks and District League, Kelly Hawkins, and our Berks and Bucks FA county coach developer, Mark Rivers, for their efforts. So thank you all for the time you took on that and what you've done for it. It's very much appreciated. So about the FA and McDonald's Grassroots Football Awards, what are they and what do they mean? Well, it takes a team effort on and off the pitch to make football great for all. And the FA and McDonald's Football Awards are for people who make a positive difference. They aim to recognise those individuals and groups who put their heart and soul into the game, and it's our chance to celebrate the fantastic work and say thank you for inspiring us all to aim for greatness. So one of those aims, one of those people who is so inspirational is, you may be able to see on screen now, a young man called Thomas Woodrow, who was, as you can see from the picture, the winner of last year's National Supporter of the Year Award. Now, in terms of the impact of these awards and what they can and do mean to people, Thomas's story is a fantastic example. He, very briefly, I can tell you, he unfortunately had to have leg lengthening surgery from the age of 12 onwards. It took many years out of the game for him to be able to do that. But Thomas didn't want to give up. He wanted to continue to support his team and his club members and his friends. And so he went to every game, come, rain or shine. And his mother actually nominated him for this award without really thinking of what it would do. Long story short, we found ourselves in August last year at the Community Shield event, with Thomas being recognised nationally as the Supporter of the Year. And from there on in ensued what was a remarkable memory and time for both him and the family, and something that his mother, Camilla, still says now that they look back on with immense pride and satisfaction, and that it came at a time when they needed a real lift as a family because it had been a difficult time. And never would they have thought, from simply just putting one nomination into a local football association awards, that 14-year-old Thomas would end up on the pitch at Wembley presenting Kevin De Bruyne with a Man of the Match award live on BT Sport, meeting Sir Geoff Hurst, and all sorts of things. So that's the individual impact that these awards can have, and that's what the time has taken from all of you to nominate and to be here as nominees. That's what could happen. And it's what you make happen by nominating every year. And so again, thank you for that. So as we go on, we say that football is a game for all, and it's people who make grassroots football happen week in, week out, and that's you. So from supporters, referees, coaches, or volunteers, our winners will be those whose actions make the FA's pride values part of the game for their clubs, leagues, and community. Now, those FA pride values are progressive, just who reaches for improvement and innovation; respectful, who leads by example, who inspires positive behaviour in others; who's inclusive, who unites people of any age, ethnicity, and from any background; who is determined, who rises to and overcomes challenges; and finally, E, excellent, who strives to make football the best it can be. Now, these values are the backbone of BBFA and McDonald's Grassroots Football Awards. And as part of the nomination process, they were looking for people who make these values part of their clubs, leagues, and local communities up and down the country. And we're very happy to say tonight that we think we have found many, many deserving and humbling examples of this from across every role in grassroots football, right here in Berks and Berks in our area. And so I'm delighted to be able to tell you about those this evening and give you a little bit more information about them. So we'll start first straight into our first award of the evening, which is for Grounds Team of the Year. Now, Grounds Team of the Year is for those who go above and beyond to make grassroots football happen for their players, clubs and leagues. They're the people who maybe don't normally get labelled with a specific role, however, they play a key part in making football happen week in, week out. And that's what the panel looked for, evidence of the efforts making a positive difference in the game and to make football safe, fun and inclusive for all. And just as a bit of information about our winner this year and what they've achieved, to just let you in on what they've done before we welcome them this evening. So this winner tonight has helped their club to raise over £50,000 to support in its 50th anniversary year. Not only have they supported this campaign, but they've highlighted how best to utilise some of that funding on the pitches via an excellent pitch development plan, which provides a clear overview of the current standard of the pitches as they are now, the challenges they face, and how to overcome these. Now, this particular club has previously been part of the pitch improvement programme, and they, following a secondary report that they had last year, has had an incredibly successful time in terms of the management of their pitches. But crucially for this winner and for this award, that hasn't stopped them from continuing to make improvements and continuing to strive to be better. And since that report, they've completed the following. They commissioned a soil sample survey to better understand the pitches. They've purchased mobile goals to make pitch rotation easier. They've increased their pitch maintenance, and excuse me here because I have no idea what this actually means, so I'm reading blind, but they've increased their pitch maintenance to include 3 verti-drains, additional overseeding and weed control, and additional equipment such as a mole plough and sanding is also planned. Now, I don't know about anybody else on the call, but in terms of how green-fingered I am, I struggle to keep a pot of chives alive for more than a week. So I'm extremely interested to talk to this man, and I definitely want to know a little bit more about mole ploughs. So, ladies and gentlemen, please put your hands together. This is our first clap of the evening for Grounds Team of the Year, which I think is a one-man band, Mr. Phil Drew from Mortonville Juniors.
Right.
Speak to you.
Hello, thank you.
Hello, hi Phil.
Hello, thank you very much. Much appreciated.
Congratulations.
That's fantastic.
How's it feel?
Really pleased, man.
Yeah, and now I've got to ask you, is it a one-man band?
No, absolutely not. So I think there's a lot of people, I think most people on the call probably similar situation to us in that there's always a key quorum of people that do the hard work, but it's not absolutely not a one-man band. There's a lot of people in the background that do a lot of work, right from the coaches to the parent reps and all the committee members. So yeah, definitely not a one-man band. But yeah, we're really pleased with the news. We've got a lot of hard work into it, but yeah, absolutely not a one-man band. There's many of us in the background doing the work. But
Fantastic.
Please don't about mole ploughs because I'm probably not an expert on weather, but recommend if you've got clay soil, apparently they're the way to go. So yeah, really good. Thanks for that.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And I think just at this point, just going to see if John Wood is around on the call as well. Apologies for the feedback if anyone's experiencing that from me talking. But John, are you there?
Yeah, I'm here. I can hear you.
Fantastic. John, I think you've got just a few words that you wanted to say.
First, good evening, everyone. I think most importantly, I'd like to congratulate Phil for his work, not only this year, but kind of throughout the past seasons on trying to improve his pitches. I think as a kind of county FA, we talk so much about providing the best environment possible for all of our teams and participants. And facilities and grass pitches play such a key role in trying to achieve this. Phil's, for me, kind of changed the whole ethos of his club when it comes to grassroots pitches. Not only bringing in kind of substantial investment that you spoke about, Steph, but actually kind of educating himself and passing that education on to other members of the club on the importance of what it kind of takes to develop really good grassroots pitches. And then not only that, but obviously dedicating and committing time to obviously achieving this and seeing it through. So from my point of view, real congratulations to Phil and a really richly deserved award winner.
Fantastic. Thank you,
Sean.
John.
Much appreciated. I've got myself a beverage here, so
fantastic. Celebrations all round. Thank you very much, Phil. Okay, so first one down. So there's only a few more to go, so we'll crack on now. And that leads us very nicely into our second award of the evening, which is for Grassroots Match Official of the Year. And the winner of this award is someone who has the confidence and conviction to always play fair. That's what the panel were looking for. It's somebody who not only exhibits the FA pride values, as we mentioned earlier on, but but it's also a person that demonstrates one or more of the values associated with the DNA of English refereeing. And you'll see what they've done here when I read them out. But that DNA is respect, empathy, fitness, evaluation, reliability, education, and excellence. Spells referee, just in case. And so I think it's fair to say that our winner this year doesn't just signify one of those values. They have shown in some way, shape or form at least one of every single one of them in various different nominations that they've received, which this individual did receive a number of nominations this year. So a little bit about our winner. They have been refereeing since they were 15 years old. They are someone who, despite struggling at school with dyslexia, was determined to learn and push themselves out of their comfort zone. They encourage other young people to keep going and try the best, even if they're struggling, and that's part of their experience too. And another nomination we received from them said that they have been a breath of fresh air and always have complete control of both players and coaches involved in matches that they officiate. They're confident and fair and always explain their decisions clearly to the players, which gains their respect and makes it fun for them too. So their respect and knowledge of the game makes it a fun experience for young players. So that's why, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to be able to announce that our match official of the year for 2020 is Sophie Dennington. So I think, is Sophie on the call? I'm not sure if she's actually on, if she's made it on or not. So what I'm just going to do instead, if she's not here, and if she does join in a little bit, then we'll be able to sort of get in touch with her and speak to her maybe a little later on. But in her place, we are lucky to have Lisa Ben, who is our referee development officer. Lisa's on the line, and Lisa, if you just come on and just talk to me a little bit about what it means. I understand that Sophie was also had gained promotion this year. So just a few words from you, if you wouldn't mind, please.
Yep. Good evening, Steph. I hope you can hear me.
Yeah.
Sophie Dennington come through Aylesbury referee course at the age of 15. Quite a buzzing little character. Actually, over the past couple of years, we've seen grow as an individual in confidence, conviction when she goes out to refereeing. I'm challenged to find something that Sophie doesn't yet know about the laws of the game, but I'm determined that I'm going to find something. The feedback we've had in has been absolutely excellent. She started her way through Aston Clinton throughout the way refereeing, right the way up to the Aylesbury District League. Recently has achieved some sort of quite pinnacle games such as County Cup finals. Highlights would include refereeing Chelsea beat Reading Ladies at the Madstad, which I'm sure will be just one of many pinnacle games that she will encounter over her time. She's a great role model, very professional, and shows quite a high level of maturity for somebody her age. I suppose I'd just like to finish it with a quote that sort of somebody sent in and said she's an inspiration to any other young people out there who do want to go out and referee and are a bit worried about refereeing men's football. She has shown determination, strength and ambition and has never let anything stop her. So my challenge to you, Sophie, is don't let anything stop you in your way. Good luck, and I'm sure this is the first of many awards to come. Well done.
Brilliant. Thank you, Lisa. So hopefully if Sophie does join us later, then we'll be able to have a quick chat with her. But thank you, Lisa, as I said again, for those words, and really a remarkable achievement from Sophie, who seems to have a very good and long and promising career as a referee ahead of her. So congratulations again to her. So let's move on now to our next award of the evening, which is for League of the Year. Now, League of the Year is something that, in terms of what the panel should be looking for and what the FA McDonald's require, League of the Year should be part of the accreditation scheme, Charter Standard accreditation scheme. It should have dedicated volunteers that create safe, fun and inclusive environments for all. They should also create a great format and a positive environment to encourage every player. Now, some of the highlights from this year's winning nomination include, and it might give the game away a little bit, but hopefully all will become clear shortly. So yeah, some of the highlights from this year's winning nomination include that the league has become one of the largest girls-only leagues in the country since its formation and promotes some of the best standard of football around. It's committed to ensuring there's a place for girls to showcase their talent and can boast a large number of girls making academies after playing in teams within their leagues. Their adaptability is commendable in the way they will go out of their way as best they can to ensure that players develop and teams are comfortable and able to play. And it was also the first girls' league to create a representative team in the South and has now encouraged others to do the same. And this creates more potential for the very best and committed players to go on and grow as individuals. So with that, and I'm sure he is on the call already and he knows it's coming, but congratulations to our League of the Year, Berkshire County Girls Football League. I'd like to call up Ethan Green. I think Ethan is around.
Yeah. Yeah. No, because the only email I got from Brian was
okay, Ethan, you
did it involve any, the league happened to do any financing on it? No.
Oh, I think he's here. He's maybe having a bit of a trouble. Ethan, are you there?
And even if you've had one,
That's it.
I'm glad we know about it because
I think we're having a little bit of an issue there getting Ethan on call. Sounds like he's in a bit of a busy room. But if we can get that sorted out, I don't know, Ethan, if you want to say in the chat any message that you might have for us there if your sound is not working. So, and in the meantime, I'll just fill and try and plug for you. Still really interested in hearing about what mole plows are, so I'm going to have to try and I think find out from John Wood at some point or another. Right, doesn't look like we've managed to get Ethan. We'll just give it one more second. No. Oh,
Hello.
Ethan.
Hear me?
Yes. Oh, there we go. Yeah. Hi, Ethan.
Hello. You're right. Sorry, I'm in a meeting at the same time, so I'm trying to keep an eye. I know. Yeah. So sorry if there's a lot of background noise.
No, that's okay. We've got there in the end. Ethan, congratulations.
Thank you very much.
How did it feel?
Well, I was just asking actually. I'm with the chair of the league as well. Whether we've been involved in this before, and I don't think we had. So, and the fact that it was the first year that I was secretary as well. I was like, hey. So it's great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, and as we've heard from the nomination there, the league seems to have had a fantastic season and a fantastic prior couple of seasons, growing all the time. What's next for the league? Where do you go from here?
I think it's getting girls football alongside the boys. But obviously, girls originally started sort of very later into football, so I think and boys started from under 7. So it's getting, and the growth in girls football now is allowing us to get that lower down. And that's what we're trying to work towards, is getting girls football alongside boys football in the participation sort of sense.
Fantastic. Well, okay, big season next year coming.
Yes, yeah. It's just a shame about this season. But, I think everyone's over it now. So.
Well, we're all getting ready, looking forward with positivity and hope for the new season.
Yes.
Wish you all the very best. Congratulations. Glad we were finally able to get you on. So, well done, and have a good season next year. Okay.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, everyone.
Congratulations. Okay, so we got there in the end on that one. So let's move on to our next award, which is for Project of the Year. Now, It's a relatively new category. It's making only its third appearance at these awards, and Project of the Year is about promoting a positive influence that football can have on our local communities away from the game. It's not just all about what happens on the pitch, it's about the impact that it has. Now, whether that be a club, team, or project that's inclusive and encourages participation for all, regardless of age, disability, gender, race, religion, or sex, or perhaps something that creates and provides opportunities to participate for women and girls and or ethnic minorities. Or indeed, it could be something that makes a significant positive impact on the local community. And this has proved to be a fantastic addition to the FA and McDonald's Grassroots Football Awards over the last few years, and we're delighted to include it again in our 2020 programme. So with that said, I'm going to run through some of the nominees in this category now. And I'll read you a little bit about their nomination as I go. So our first nominee in this category tonight is Obesity FC. Now, their nomination said, an idea was created and then made into a reality. Obesity looks to help vulnerable persons through mental health or those who are overweight. And it gives these men the tools and the facilities to be able to socialise and grow into strong people through football. Obesity is a team set up for men struggling with physical and mental health problems to come and play football in a non-invasive setting where they're made to feel comfortable without judgment. Our next nominee is Aylesbury Town Corinthians, and in the past year, they have introduced a disability training session for young players, which has had a huge impact on the community, which has been able to find a club in their area that holds these types of football sessions. And it's great to integrate families into social situations without any ignorance or pressure. All the kids are there to have fun, but also to learn new skills and techniques, and there's no standard that's required to attend. Our final nominee in this category is for Maidenhead United. Now, this is for a collaboration with the community arm of the club called Magpies Community Care. And this was established in response to the coronavirus crisis. And it offered a dedicated hotline manned by club volunteers 7 days a week, through which vulnerable people and those self-isolating could contact for support with things like shopping and collecting prescriptions. The club recruited a resource of over 130 DBS check volunteers through their network of football coaches to provide safe, trusted resources for those most in need. Since its launch, the hotline has become the main volunteer support hub for the towns of Maidenhead and Windsor. And with that, I'm delighted to announce that the winner is Obesity. David on the call, David Ashcroft.
Hello.
See there we go. Hi, David.
Hi, how you doing?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you? How are you doing? Congratulations.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It was an honour to be recognised and to go ahead and win it. It's quite a tear-jerking moment for us.
I mean, I think if you can tell, we've got, I'm sharing on the screen there some more quotes that have come from some of the nominations you received, because again, your nomination had multiple nominations that we received for it. And I think if you can just elaborate, or I can elaborate on some of the things that the club has done and what this team actually does. So from the nominations, I've been told that the club actually focuses on mental and physical fitness in all of its forms, and has a mental health first aider that supports you as well through some sessions. We've heard about that you've been doing running groups that take part in park runs, 10Ks, half and full marathons. I've heard about in lockdown how you've supported each other in the team through WhatsApp groups, encouraged people to do 1 hour daily exercises, had workout sessions over Zoom for both physical and mental health and well-being, and you've had mindfulness sessions through Zoom as well. I mean, I could reel off more and more. I mean, we know that as well. I don't know if many people know, but a member of the team was also included on a Channel 5 documentary as well about weight loss. It's relatively new, isn't it, the team? How long have you been going?
Yeah, so we originally created Obesity about 12 months ago, actually, where we were a group of middle-aged, overweight men who were struggling, I guess, to get our local team. And we just threw the idea out there if anyone fancied a bit of a run around to get in contact. And yeah, we were inundated by guys who are in a similar position as us, really. And I think over the last 12 months, we've just grown and grown. And as a community now, I think we're up to 250 plus people that, struggle with weight and all their mental health. And we've just done everything we can. Like I could reel off a list of names that we've got working with us. It's Chris Geary and myself originally set it up, but we've got Joe Deeney, who's head of Luton Youth Academy, does our football coaching. We've got Richard Hurd, who I think is joined us for the call, who has been fantastic in helping a lot of the runners. A lot of the guys getting to run in for their very first time. And as you mentioned, we've got Maggie, who's our mindfulness coach. We've got several guys that all give up their time for the benefit of others, really. And it's been incredible, the journey that we've been on. We've helped a lot of people. There's still a lot to be done, and we're just doing everything we can to support those in our local community and hopefully in the not so distant future.
Fantastic. I mean, like I said, from the nominations we received, there's too much to be able to read out tonight, but it sounds like you're doing a fantastic job, and there are, I'm sure, many people out there who are benefiting from it and will continue to benefit. So wish you a very successful season next year as well, and beyond. And glad that you've won this award. So well done.
Brilliant. Thank you.
Yeah, you're welcome. Right. Okay. So that's another fantastic award. I think we're about halfway through now, ladies and gents. So what we're going to do is we're going to move on to our next award of the evening, which is for Coach of the Year. Now, Coach of the Year award, it's actually been split this year. So in previous years, we've just had one Coach of the Year award, which is not distinguished between adult coaches and youth, or coaches, sorry, of adult teams and coaches of youth teams. This year, the FA McDonald's have decided to split the category and do two awards, which is fantastic for those adult and youth coaches around, but gives the people who are on the panels a bit more of a headache, because what was already a very, very popular category is now doubled. So even more categories and even more nominations to try and toil through. So, but I think we've got there in the end, and we've got some great awards. So we're going to crack on now. So the award for Coach of the Year looks for an individual that people count on to make sure that everyone is included and make sure that it's safe, to make sure overall that everyone enjoys playing and developing themselves through football. And for the adult one in particular, it's about, as it is on the screen now, who's inclusive, encouraging and inspiring when it matters the most. So I'm going to take you through the nominations that we have this evening now. So our first nominee of the evening is Ben Harris from Denham United FC. So Ben's nomination said that he has worked hard with the team, always pushes them to do their best, which has resulted in 2 back-to-back league titles in the Sunday division. He's brought a group of guys together who would otherwise not have known each other, and as a team created also a group of friends where they host social events which anyone can be part of. And Ben has also worked hard to build up the club, and also spends time preparing and planning charity matches, and is heavily focused on mental health and supporting his local Mind charity with events and raising money and promoting health and mental health awareness. Our next nominee of the evening is Paul Whitty from Wallingford Town. Paul is dedicated, caring, hardworking, and gives the boys support as well as training and knowledge. Despite grassroots football being on hold, Paul's still in contact with the team, advising, supporting, and making sure they know when they can be back. He's also helped support a player suffering from chronic depression and anxiety to stay involved with the team despite not being able to play, which has had a major impact on his recovery and his family. So they are our nominations tonight. I'm delighted now to be able to announce that our winner of Coach of the Year for adult teams is Ben Harris from Denham United.
Lost.
He is, however, I'm a double congratulations, I believe, for Ben, because I understand that he's also a new dad very recently. He may well be out of the room. So while he is away, if he is, I just want to also expand on this a little bit, because in a slightly different situation than we've had in previous years. When the nominations were announced, I actually received an email from the fundraising and communications officer from Buckinghamshire Mind, who wrote me a lovely email in support of Ben's nomination. We don't normally receive additional information or supporting emails. So I just want to read you this now, whilst we can't speak to Ben, and just go on to say, this is a little bit of the impact that he has had for Buckinghamshire Mind. So this is the email I received. So she's put, I write in support of and to offer a statement on Ben Harris's commitment to mental health provisions across Berkshire and Buckinghamshire. Over the past year, I've been working with Ben on the coordination and planning of many key events and fundraising activities for Buckinghamshire Mind. Ben's passion and commitment to raising awareness of mental health, breaking down stigmas of mental health issues and raising funds to support vital mental health services provided across Berkshire and Buckinghamshire has been nothing short of outstanding. Ben has been determined to continue to support Buckinghamshire Mind, even through the harsh and unprecedented COVID-19 pandemic, where several of our key planned charity matches sadly had to be cancelled. However, Ben continued to help us raise our profile, key messages and fundraising through other creative means. Ben has been an incredible advocate for Buckinghamshire Mind. From a community and charitable perspective, I believe Ben is incredibly worthy of this Coach of the Year status, and we're rooting for him, as he has done so relentlessly for us, all those managing mental health concerns over the past year. And that, ladies and gentlemen, I think is really sort of says it all, and the impact that people can have and the impact that sport can have. And so we're delighted to be able to add to that and recognise Ben for his achievements as what he's done throughout the season. It doesn't look like we're going to be able to have a...
Ben's there, Steph, he's ready for you.
Oh, he is. Okay, Ben's here. So Ben, I don't know if you heard that. Oh, actually can't hear you, Ben. I've got no sound coming through.
Can you hear me now?
That's it. That's better.
Okay. Yeah. No, I have been here the whole time. I was trying to make myself. You're aware. I have been here the whole time. So yeah. No, I heard it all. So
well,
yeah.
Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you. Obviously, I didn't have anything prepared. I wasn't actually expecting to win. But no, obviously it's lovely that Mind have sort of reached out and done that. Obviously, I had events organised at Adams Park, and obviously with the season Wycombe Wanderers have had, it would have been fantastic. But with everything that's been going on, it wasn't to be. But I was able to still raise money through donations from Premier League clubs that have gone to Mind. And obviously, I've had a couple of lads who have suffered with mental health, and I have myself. So I sort of strongly sort of advocate for them. Obviously, as well, the coach is only as good as their team. The players have to buy into what I do. They're there week in, week out, rain or shine. And as you touched on, we've won back-to-back league titles. It's obviously a bit strange winning Coach of the Year in a season that will historically be written off. So it didn't happen, but it's still nice to be recognised. And obviously, and there's so many fantastic people and volunteers like myself who keep people playing football, and I just sort of hope I can continue to do it and grow Denham United to the next step as well. So thank you very much.
Right, you're very welcome, and we look forward to seeing more of the great work that you do next year, and perhaps, we never know, maybe another back-to-back league win. Ben, the pressure's on the shoulders or anything now.
Let's hope so. Yeah, let's hope so.
Brilliant. Well, thank you very much, and congratulations again.
Cheers. Thank you.
Right, so we've done Coach of the Year for adult teams, so it seems only right now that we would move on to Coach of the Year for youth. So again, as I said, very difficult category to judge, even many nominations. So I'm just going to go through the nominations for you now and just read out a little bit about what they've done and what we received for each one. So our first nominee in the Coach of the Year for youth is Tim Croker from Burnham Juniors FC. Sorry. Tim has made a big impact on girls football in the Slough area. Not only does he help coach Burnham FC Juniors, but he set up an FA Wildcat Centre, giving other girls the opportunity to join. Tim started with 3 girls who came to one of his boys' teams. After 2 years, he now has 70 girls turn up to every week to training and has 4 teams. Our next nominee is Dwayne McKenzie from Thames Valley Youth. Dwayne is a shining light. He provides opportunities for all children without hesitation and brings out the very best in them. He is the development officer for a local club, runs 3 teams and provides confidence building football sessions for young children, as well as being actively involved in mental health charity work for children and adults in the area. Our next nominee, our final nominee in this category, is Carl Eastman-By from Shinfield Rangers. Carl has been at the club for 4 years now, and for the last 3 has been head of women's and girls football at the club. In that time, he's helped grow the club from having 1 team to now having 6 girls teams and a women's team. He also set up a very successful Wildcat session last summer, which had great success and had over 35 girls. And he also goes into local schools to promote girls football. So those are our nominees. It's just obviously touching the surface of some of the nominations that we received for them, many of whom received multiple nominations, as we've seen as a pattern of these awards. So with that in mind, I'm delighted to be able to announce that our 2020 Grassroots Coach of the Year for youth teams is Dwayne McKenzie from Thames Valley Youth FC. That's a celebration. That's what we like to hear. Fantastic. So is Dwayne, are you there?
Oh,
yeah, I can hear you. Oh, fantastic. Dwayne, congratulations.
Oh, wow. Well done. I'm taking a picture. Wowzer.
Dwayne, while you're a bit in shock there, Dwayne, I'll just tell everybody a little bit more about what you've done. I can tell you now, we had multiple nominations for you this year. They kept coming and coming and coming. So far too many for me to mention here. But I think in terms of just some of the impact you've had, you know, I was told that you've raised over £5,000 for charity Sport in Mind through walking. You've helped towards sport and physical activity groups for people experiencing mental health problems in the community. And we had messages from parents, Dwayne, whose children have struggled with mental health or confidence issue, that have credited you and the sessions that you provide and the way you coach for helping them. And they say that you've helped create a group of friends, even in the parents, who all now socialise together. And you've created friends for life in their children through the charity events and social events and training. And one of the things that came through quite often in the nominations, Grainge, was that your personality shines through in every single interaction that you make. So I hope you're incredibly proud for this award. I know you've been coaching in football for many, many, many years. And yes, just congratulations on a fantastic achievement.
Wowzer. Ironically, this coming year is my 20th. Can you all hear me?
Yes, yeah, we can hear you. Yeah.
Ironically, this coming year is my 20th successive year in grassroots football.
Fantastic.
I can't put it down to myself. I've got a fantastic assistant, Kenny Griffin, who is one of the best assistants I have. It's a shame that I'm leaving Thames Valley this year, but I've set up Confidence Through Football, which is in Berks and Bucks, and still been working closely with Thames Valley to have mental health hubs. We're planning on having a mental health hubs in the Berks and Bucks area. Ultimately, though, if I was going to give one person I'll give credit to, it's Steve Kennedy. Steve Kennedy was my coach as a child. He was there for me off the pitch massively. He's there for me. I'm going back to the club that I played for as a child to coach. He's still off the pitch, and he's been involved in grassroots football 42 years, my 20th. So I can only hope that I do another 22 years.
Well, you've got a way to go there.
Yeah, there's mental health hubs in the Berks and Bucks area. There's the Confidence Through Football. Ironically, tonight I've taken a confidence building session in either Bucks for children 5 and 6, and we've recently started a mum's football session, which I've just come back from, just made it in time for this. And the mum session is raising money for charity, and we're going to be doing more for the men's as well. So yeah, you know, it's
fantastic.
it's an honour to receive this award. There'll be more and more coming.
Brilliant. Well, we hope so. Fingers crossed. You have to keep up the good work, Dwayne. But really well done. Really congratulations. Like I said, the number of nominations that you received was you know, a testament to the work you do anyway, in and of itself. So really well done. Congratulations, and we hope you have the best of seasons next year as well. Okay. So thank you very much. So from Dwayne, we move swiftly on. I'm aware of the time, so I'm trying not to keep everybody longer than we really need to, but we're nearly there. So we'll move on now to Club of the Year. Now, this is, as you can all imagine, one of the most hotly contended categories each year that we receive, and this season has really been no different. The FA Club of the Year should have dedicated volunteers that create safe and fun, inclusive environments for all. The club should make match days something to look forward to and use new formats to attract and welcome everyone from their community to participate and enjoy. Now, this year we have, as I said, had a number of nominations. So we have 3 finalists for you tonight, which I will go through now and just tell you a little bit about their nominations. So our first finalist is Tattenhoe FC. So Tattenhoe's nominations were, again, multiple, many nominations for Tattenhoe this year. And their nomination said, the club feels like family, even though there are 500 plus players. There's a real sense of community when they get together. And it's such a well-run club that is all about the family environment and is fully focused on developing players of all ages and abilities. They make an impact on every player. They're encouraged constantly. They find their strengths and work on their weaknesses, and players always leave matches and training with a positive attitude. Our next nominee this evening is Thatcham Tornadoes FC. Their nomination said, the club are at the heart of the community and is a registered charity and has held the FA Charter Standard status since 2004. They have passionate managers, coaches and dedicated committee members who endeavour to ensure that as many children who want to play football have the opportunity to do so in a safe and friendly environment. They run 38 teams. They've recently increased their girls players to 120 players in 10 teams. They've introduced walking football, introduced a Bobby Cats inclusive session, and they have many opportunities for people to be involved. Our next nomination is for Marlow Youth. This club has helped hundreds of vulnerable children over the past 10 years and has played a vital role in giving children with special needs a voice and a place where they can express themselves and enjoy the sport they love. What makes this team stand out, in my opinion, is the dedication from the members of the clubs who put a smile on these vulnerable children's faces. I've been taking my son who has autism for the last 7 years, and I can't put into words how refreshing it is to see my son and other children enjoying themselves. They don't just help the kids and adults that have special needs and disabilities, they also help their families. So without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, I'm delighted to announce that our Club of the Year for 2020 is Marlow Youth FC. Big old cheer there. So I think there's a few Marlow fans in the room tonight. So I think what we're going to do is John Ayling. John, are you on the call?
Yeah, I am. Yes, I'm just trying to.
Yeah, we can hear you, John.
Good evening.
We can hear you.
Wow!
Congratulations.
Thank you so much. I'm overwhelmed as everybody else would be for this. It's so much to do with the kids. It's nothing to do with the club. It's to do with the kids. The kids are such an integral part of the club. Their parents. I can't thank all my coaches. This is.
I think I should tell you again that you received a phenomenal amount of nominations for you and the team, and many of those nominations focused incredibly around the inclusive team as well, and the benefits of the inclusive team. And really the messages that came across, John, were that the team makes everybody feel comfortable. Children learn how to socialise and are made to feel very confident and allowed to be the people that they are. And they have a sense of belonging, confidence boosting, sense of achievement. Honestly, the number of messages which we received was just quite incredible. So really proud achievement, and sounds like you're doing some really fantastic work, and we hope that it continues.
unbelievable. I'm so emotional. Sorry.
No, you're very welcome. It's quite clear from the messages that we received that you have put your heart and soul into the club, into the team. So a fantastic achievement, and I think emotion is probably the best emotion. Emotional is the best emotion you can have right now.
I can't thank everybody enough for it's been nearly 10 years in February since we started. Giving the opportunity to so many kids to be able to be part of something has been.
And I think, you know, the slide I've just put up there as well, John, says it all really. You know, one of the quotes we had from somebody was just, so glad I found this club. It's as simple as that. You know, you're making a massive impact for people in the local community. So well done, and congratulations to everybody at the club and yourself.
Thank you very much. Thank you so much. Brilliant. Thank you.
You're very welcome. Brilliant. You're very welcome. Enjoy the rest of the
Thank you.
More fans there as well. Right, so we'll move on. I'm conscious of time. I do apologise, everybody. We are going to be running a little bit late, but we are really, honestly, nearly there. Just 3 more to go. So our next award of the evening is for Rising Star of the Year. Now, this is for somebody that shows a real commitment and dedication, someone who's always willing to put in the time. It's a young person, as the name suggests. And it's really looking for somebody who's made a significant contribution to football in their community, somebody who's taken steps to improve the standard of their volunteering through sports, through courses. They act in a professional manner. They're a responsible role model in the community, etc. So I'm delighted. We've got some fantastic nominations for this evening. So this is going to be an incredibly tough category. And I think just at the beginning here, just to say that all of the people in this category, everybody who was nominated, and certainly everybody that's been shortlisted for this award tonight, should be incredibly proud of the achievement that they have had so far, regardless of whether they win or not. So a fantastic achievement already all round. So that brings me on to the nominations, and our first one is for Dylan Purewall of Woodley United. So for someone who is in his last year of A-levels, has a part-time job and is a football referee, to be a coach at Woodley United under 15 and to do it with such passion and commitment is something that I thought I would never see. The passion Dylan shows is not only for the sport, but for coaching, and is unmatched by anything I've ever seen. And for someone with such a full schedule, he always puts his team and his players first before all. The smiles he puts on the faces of his team and his determination to be the best in anything he does inspires those around him. Our next nominee is for Nathan Jopp of Totteridge FC. Nathan is young and in the last year has left college and is doing has completed his FA level 2. He's taken on an under 15s team during this time and has gelled a squad together and has had others come and join him because of how enthusiastic, caring and dedicated he is to the team. I cannot stress what he has done for the boys by continuing on the team, and the manager and I both know the players and parents are extremely grateful. Our final finalist this evening is Bradley King of Didcot Town Youth. So Bradley, at just 11 years old, is our youngest nominee tonight, helps out with the under 7s age group at the club. So whilst most of his friends are at home playing Fortnite, he helps train the team once a week and attends games also. And he does this all while playing for his own age group. His enthusiasm and thirst for football is so inspiring and is setting a great example for others. He's an inspirational young kid who uses his training tools to help the young footballers improve. Bradley has been such a help, and it's vital to clubs that they have people like him. So, as I said, a huge congratulations to all of the nominees in this category tonight. Fantastic achievement. But I'm also delighted to be able to announce this evening that our Rising Star of the Year for 2020 is Dylan Purewall. So some more whoops and cheers there. Lovely to hear. Dylan, are you on the call?
Yeah, I'm here. Can you hear me all right?
Can hear you loud and clear. Yeah, fantastic. Excellent. Dylan, congratulations.
Thank you. Yeah, it's been one heck of a year. First of all, just wanted to congratulate everybody who's here tonight, all the nominees. Everyone should be so proud of their season they've had last year and so proud of what they've done and the influence they've had on football and those around them. I just want to say thank you to my family, my friends and everyone at Woodley United, for their help and their advice over the last year. It was my first season, so I came in you know, having a bit of an idea what to expect, but not the full idea. And, you know, they've helped me every step of the way. But most importantly, I need to thank my players. You know, it didn't quite go to plan at the start of this season by no means, but they stuck with me. They stuck by what I was trying to do. And their work ethic, their willingness to learn is just absolutely incredible. And I owe everything to them because, you know, they helped make me a better person. And they're just a brilliant, brilliant squad to work with. So, yeah, thank you.
Fantastic. Fantastic. And thank you very much as well for that. We echo that as well. Congratulations of everybody nominated this evening. But really, Dylan, a fantastic achievement, a wonderful nomination for yourself. And we just hope you continue to do the best you can in the sport we all love and keep going from strength to strength.
Thank you.
You're very welcome. Congratulations. Okay. Cheers. Rising Star of the Year. Fantastic. That leads us right into our Volunteer of the Year. Now, again, volunteer, just like club, just like coach, always one that's very hotly contested. And again, this year, I can tell you as a panel member, it was incredibly difficult to judge. And this is an award that's always a special one to present. And it's somebody who, Volunteer of the Year is quite a big category and it encapsulates quite a lot, but it's somebody who's always there for your club, who gives up their own time for the enjoyment of others. And the Volunteer of the Year should act in a responsible and professional manner and be seen as a role model in the community. Now, just because of the sheer number of nominations we had, this category this year has got 4 finalists. So I'll try and tell you a little bit about each of them now. So our first, talking too much. Our first nomination for Volunteer of the Year is for Wayne Cannon of Shinfield Rangers FC. Wayne's impact on our club has been tremendous. Without him, we'd have struggled in finding and registering players, collecting fees, organising events, conducting welfare checks and running our disability session. He's a coach. He does Sundays on the week. He does sessions on Sundays. He does sessions for the Bobbycats. He's gone into local schools to run football sessions at both primary and special educational needs children. And he has attracted lots of children to the football club because of that. Our next nominee for Volunteer of the Year is Matt Arris from Tattenhoe Football Club. Matt is beyond dedicated to football, especially Tattenhoe. He puts his heart and soul into the club, and it's growing week by week. The coaching is improved, the organisation is improved, the quality of the play, positivity of the players, coaches and club volunteers has all improved. Matt's also helped the club to gain charity status, which has had a massive impact on the club already. And there's a real sense of family and community spirit within the club, whether it's at match or at the tournaments they run. And this is largely through Matt. Our next nominee for Volunteer of the Year is Hemi Mystery from Bracknell Athletic. Hemi is the chair, treasurer, child welfare officer for Bracknell Athletic, as well as being a level 1 trained coach. And Hemi has kept the club going through some very difficult times and is the mainstay of the operation. This year, the club achieved FA Charter Standard. Much of that was down to Hemi's work with the finances, constitution, and stepping up to provide the club with an additional level 1 coach when it was needed. I'm amazed by the amount of time that Hemi so obviously puts into keeping the club going. And our final nominee in the Volunteer of the Year category is for Roy Atkinson of Bracknell Town Walking Football Club. Now, Roy's enjoyment and involvement in walking football was initially by being a player and having a speaking role in the Barclays Bank TV adverts. We all remember those. He has, for the last 4 years, expanded his involvement and time commitment and the energies by being membership, social secretary, welfare officer, well as taking training sessions and refereeing and more, helping set up new groups as well. Without his huge commitment, dedication, involvement, the now 5-year-old club would not have successfully expanded from its modest start of a handful of players to now having over 110 active members, including a newly created women's section. So as we've said before, an incredibly difficult category to award. We wish we could give everybody the title, but we can only give it to one. And I'm delighted to be able to tell you tonight that our Volunteer of the Year for 2020 is Hemi Mystery of Bracknell Athletic FC. Now, I understand that Hemi can't be with us tonight. She's actually on holiday at the moment, so but we have in her place Tracy Garrington. So Tracy, I can see you there. You're unmuted. So congratulations on behalf, for Hemi, basically on behalf. Can you tell us a bit about what it will mean to her?
Oh, it will mean everything to Hemi. She's really disappointed she wasn't here tonight. She was so thrilled to be nominated. So to actually win the award, she's going to be absolutely over the moon. I can't wait to get in touch with her and let her know. So I'm so pleased for her because she gives up so much time for the club. You know, as you listed all the things that she's done, she's the chairperson, treasurer, she volunteers. She's even done the food, cooks the food at the barbecues that we have. I mean, nothing is, you know, beyond her. So she just amazes us how much time and effort she puts in. So well deserved.
Fantastic. Thank you very much. And thank you, Tracy, for coming on and being here in place of Hemi and accepting this award as well on her behalf. So thank you. Thank you for your time this evening. And thankfully, you've got some good news to her with as well. So thank you very much. Right. Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings the kind of first main part of the awards to a close. We've just got two very special awards to give out now to close off, and they are what we call special recognition awards. Now, every year when we're judging the nominations, when they come in, we always look to see whether there are any extra special nominations, anything that stands out that deserves recognition above and beyond the categories that they've been nominated for. Some nominations that merit special recognition, and this year we're delighted to say that we have two extremely deserving awards to present. Now, our first special recognition award of the evening is one that sadly is to be posthumously awarded to a volunteer who epitomises everything that people love about football and sport. So the recognition is for Sarah Rickards from Caversham Trents FC. And I'm just going to take you a little bit through the nomination that we received for her. Before, I think, hopefully we'll be able to talk to some people from the club and some of Sarah's family. So Sarah was the team secretary, bursar, kit carrier, cheerleader, and all-round wonderful person. Always positive, encouraging, and lit up the touchline with her support. It's always impressed us just how cool and collected she was, and we did enjoy a good laugh watching her drag kit and footballs across the pitch, normally wearing full Arctic weather gear. So I'm sure many people in the room can empathise with there. Sarah kept the team in track. She organised the cash, looked after the coaches so that they could focus on the delivery of a fun, safe environment for the team. To put it in Nigel's word, the individual that nominated Sarah, she did boring stuff so that they could do the fun stuff. And that seems to be a theme that ran through her nomination. She helped make the game inclusive for all. She made sure the families were supported if they were short on subs, either covering these or extending or creating credit plans so that everybody could be involved. Now, sadly, Sarah passed away very suddenly on Boxing Day last year and is greatly missed. Her smile, her organisation and her commitment over the last 5 years. Now, her son continued to play for the team and shows the strength of character that she passed on. What made her stand out is that she stood up and made a difference and brought a smile to everybody, even in the wet, windy and cold training sessions on all match days. And tellingly for this award and for this season, Nigel goes on to say that the team, including her son Charlie, were leading their division when unfortunately football was brought to a close. And they had planned as a club to win that division and to dedicate it as a tribute to Sarah. And unfortunately, with the cancellation of the season, that chance was lost along with that recognition. So we are incredibly honoured and privileged to be able to provide Sarah's family and the club with this award for her. And I think if they are on the line, we can hear from Nigel Weekly, who's a coach, Dan Mander, who's the chairman of the club, and also Tom and Chris and Charlie, who are sons and their guardian and uncle. So are you there?
Yeah, we're here.
Oh, fantastic. Nigel, firstly, let me just say thank you for joining us. Oh, sorry, Dan. Sorry, it's Dan. Yeah, so let me say thank you for joining us this evening, and also for sending in this nomination for Sarah. So can you just tell us a little bit more about her?
Well, I mean, it was Nigel that sent in the nomination. But as chairman, I've just done a little bit of a 15-second piece of work to read out to you. So on behalf of Caversham Trents FC, I'd like to thank the Berks FA for recognising Sarah's contribution to our club and grassroots football. The world misses Sarah, and Tom and Charlie are a testament to the kind of person she was. Sarah would be very proud of you both. Thank you to Nigel for nominating Sarah. Their family's story touches all of our hearts. And even though life was difficult, Sarah still found time to help out. She was a fantastic person. Thank you. Nigel.
Thank you, Dan. Thank you very much. Wonderful words.
Thank you.
Nigel, I think, we've just heard from Dan there from the club perspective. Nigel, are you there? I don't know if Nigel's... Oh, so I can see that we've got the Rickards family on the line as well. I can see them. It looks like Tom and Charlie. And I know, Tom, I think you wanted to say a few words as well about the award and your mum. Do you want to do that now?
So we were thrilled when we heard about the awards. I think our mum was involved with the club for quite a few years. And I think it meant more to her than she let on, and she definitely surprised us with, how much she actually knew about football. It definitely surprised me at times, and but it's really nice that the work she did has been recognised, and it's almost a legacy is kind of there. And so it's really nice, and so thank you to Nigel and Dan and the Berks and Bucks for getting it all, sorting it all out, because we really appreciate it.
You're very, very welcome, and we're very pleased and proud to have been able to recognise the wonderful work that she did on behalf of her and you, the family, and the club as well. So thank you very much for allowing us to do that this evening. So thank you. Nigel, I don't think you're around unless you are. No. Okay. Well, I think we're not able to get Nigel on the call, but in terms of the nomination and the words that you heard me say there, they were written by Nigel. So, in terms of how he felt about Sarah and the impact that she had on him and the team and the club, that came across very strongly in that nomination. So incredibly proud, and thank you, Nigel, for putting that in.
Sorry.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry, Steph. Nigel should be there, I think.
Oh, Nigel. Do anything, Rich? I don't know if... No, I can't hear it. So I've got no sound there.
Might be a technical issue. Hello, Nigel.
So, okay, we're going to have to move on, I think, unless, Nigel, you can see you type in the chat. No. Okay, well, as I said, we've got some trouble there getting Nigel on the line, but, as I said already, that the words that I read out were Nigel's nomination, and I've had multiple conversations with him over the past week where, the value and the impact of Sarah and what she had on the club has come across. And as I said, I think it comes across fantastically in his nomination, which was wonderfully written. So thank you, Nigel, for submitting that. And thank you, as I said, to the family who are on tonight. And I think there's multiple family members that are with us, as well as Dan and Tom and Charlie. So thank you very much. That on to our last nomination, our last award of the evening, which is another special recognition award. And this is something that I've already touched on already this evening, and it was included in the finalists for another award. And it is something that stood out so much that we felt the need to recognise it again independently. And so I'm delighted to say that our second special recognition award this evening is for Maidenhead United FC. And I know that Helen Park is on the line, and I will come to her in a minute, but I think in the meantime, Sasha, Helen might have some explaining to do for you. So while I just tell everybody else a little bit more about the club and what they've done, I'll leave you two to duke that out as I believe you're together. So let me just tell everybody else about it. So this award was for the Magpies Community Care Scheme, which had that impact and had created that hub support scheme for people in the local community during the COVID-19 pandemic and their response within Maidenhead and the local area. As a community, they receive between 10 and 15 calls a day from local people in need. And in addition to the hundreds of people supported, there are now over 50 vulnerable people and families being supported on an ongoing daily basis by the volunteers of the club. The best way to highlight the impact that this support scheme during the COVID-19 crisis is through feedback that they have received. And one in particular is a daughter whose elderly father is being supportive. Now, she lives in Brighton with her young children, and she told us in a nomination that they're doing a wonderful job of it. I can hear how uplifted he is on the phone when he's received his supplies, and I can't thank them enough. Now, football at all levels, as their nomination goes on to say, football at all levels have been decimated by the virus, and this is a fantastic example of a football club focusing on its community first. And what's more impressive about the project is that the volunteers from the grassroots football and wider sports community have put aside their worries to make themselves available to make sure that the most vulnerable in the community is supported. Since their launch, the number of volunteers has grown from an initial group of 20 to over 130 volunteers who are all committed to providing the best possible support to those in need and are all happy to go above and beyond. Now, the person says, the reason I've nominated this project is because I believe it fits so strongly within the awards criteria and values and is an exemplary example of how the football family has responded immediately and positively to support the local community in times of crisis. It also highlights the difference which football makes at all levels to the community and shines a spotlight on this from a grassroots perspective. So another fantastic achievement, and we know that many clubs have actually done wonderful support projects throughout COVID-19 and the pandemic in their local areas. This is one of the larger one, and as I said, it's a collaboration with the Charity Hub, and I think, as they say in the nomination, just a fantastic example of the work that football has in the community and the impact the sport can have across local community. And it's that difference between not just what happens on the field, but what happens outside of it and off the pitch. And I think, Helen, are you on the line?
I am, I'm here. I'm here with Sasha.
And Sasha, fantastic. So I hope when I was explaining that then that you had a kind of a, hopefully not too much of a bust up. Sasha, she's kept you, fortunately. Helen, I know we spoke earlier on in the week and you were incredibly proud and slightly concerned about the number of volunteers that weren't going to be able to be with us to support and reeling off the hundreds of people that were involved. Can you just tell us a little bit more about that?
Absolutely. I mean, the Maidenhead United is such a community-focused club, and the priority at the beginning of this was to support our supporters and our local residents. But in hand with that, it was the local community that all pulled together to make it work. Without them, we wouldn't have been able to run this programme, to do anything. So it really is community that have pulled together in the time of trouble to support the residents and people close to them. So it's been amazing, absolutely thrilled, and so proud of all volunteers that are involved.
Fantastic. Well, I'm very glad that you've been able to have this recognition, and I look forward to you being able to share that as well, news with the rest of the club and all the volunteers. And
I'll be so excited.
Thank you very much for the work you've done, and good luck for the rest of the season. Congratulations.
Thank you very much.
No, you're very welcome. So everybody, we are slightly over on time, but that now does bring us to the end of the evening. So I am just going to ask David Grainge, our chairman, to just come on and give us some closing remarks.
Can you hear me, Steph?
Yes, can hear you, David. Yeah, hello.
Hello. Just a few words to end tonight's session. A belated and welcome to you all. May I take this opportunity to thank you all for joining us this evening for our virtual awards evening. It is disappointing that we have not been able to have our normal awards ceremony in function to entertain you all, but the circumstances this season haven't allowed us to do that. Hopefully you have enjoyed being with us for the evening, and I must pay tribute to the very hard and tough decisions that the judges had to make in the awards this year, due to the outstanding high quality nominations that we received for all of the categories, which made the decisions very hard to decide who was going to receive which award. I congratulate all of you who have been successful in achieving the award this evening, and hope that you will continue with your work within your areas for grassroots football. A thank you to all of our volunteers for the work that you've given to grassroots football within our two counties. A big thank you to all of my staff at the county office for their work during the year to enable us to have these type of awards. I appreciate this very much, in particular this year, due to the difficult times that we've been in and experienced. Also, I must single out Steph Clark and her assistant Richard Brandt for their hard work in organising the awards again this year. It's proved a success and has been worthy of the hard work put in by Steph. Finally, may I wish you all to stay safe and well in the coming months, so that you continue your excellent work and efforts for the coming season. Thank you all. I wish you all a good night.
Wonderful, thank you, David. And I think that just leaves me then to conclude the evening to say again a huge thank you to absolutely everybody who nominated, all of who've been on the call tonight. And again, just to follow up with a huge congratulations to our winners, and again, as I say, recognition of our nominees this evening as well. It's a fantastic job, a really fantastic achievement, and you know, we're just sorry that we couldn't celebrate it with you all in person, but hopefully we will be able to do so at some point in the future. But for now, thank you all very much. We look forward to the season starting just as much as you all do, and we hope that we can get back to playing football and get back to knowing and doing and playing very, very soon. So thank you, everybody, and good night.